Okay, this one's gonna be hella controversial. Why I walked out on my last first date. Last first date I went on, I met this guy off of a dating app. I had texted him for a few days and I had spoken to him on the phone. Everything seemed pretty cool. The day of the date comes and he comes to pick me up at my place. We're in the car, we're laughing, we're having a good time, everything seems good. We park and we go in to have a couple of drinks at this bar. As soon as we get into the bar, everything seems a little bit more serious and his questions start becoming a little bit more flat. So at this point, he starts referencing some of the things that I had mentioned on my profile. Now, I make my profile pretty clear because I live a very different alternative lifestyle. I travel a lot. My cultural values are a little bit different than North America, and he was not from North America. So I thought that we would align on those things. And I made it very evident in my profile that I don't like traditional dating dynamics, that I'm old-fashioned, and that I like a gentleman and more traditional old-fashioned things.
So she doesn't like the traditional dynamics of a relationship, but she likes traditional old-fashioned things, like the man being a gentleman, going out of his way for her, and so on. Now wait to see what happens next.
Now this is where I started to get the ick. He starts asking me, saying, okay, so if you like a traditional this and that, da-da-da-da-da, I, as a man, know what I'm supposed to do traditionally. What do you do? And this is where I gave this man this opportunity to explain himself. I said, what do you mean? What are you asking me? What do you mean? What are you asking me? To give him the time to think about really what he's asking me. This man keeps mumbling and jumbling himself and he doesn't even know, and he's kind of embarrassed, but he's also trying to ask this and get the answers he wants. And something about how not all women cook and clean nowadays. So I said to him, are you looking for a woman or are you looking for a housekeeper? Are you looking for staff? Because although those are very important life skills, I thought we were here getting to know each other.
She asks if he is looking for a housekeeper. Well, is she looking for a father? To pay her bills and to take care of her? You see, it's fine for her to desire traditional roles and want a man to be a gentleman. But when he asks if she is going to fulfill her end of the role, she doesn't like it.
So then he keeps digging himself this bigger hole and he keeps trying to talk about these gender things, but not in a way where anyone's really trying to get to know anyone, just in a way where he sounds like one of those podcasts. So I keep asking him, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to ask me? What are you saying? And then this man says the iconic line, and he looks me dead in the face and goes, so I'm trying to get a sense of what you bring to the table. To me, this question is never going to be an acceptable question, and it's always going to be an automatic red flag and a no for me. And I looked at this man and I said, what? What? And he said, I'm trying, well, so if I'm going to pay for everything, which is, a lot of effort, what do you bring to the table? That man and I just made him uncomfortable for a second. So he could really take a moment to think about what he just asked me. And I guess this is where the controversial moment comes in, because that's an unacceptable question and kind of an idiotic question.
I would never ask the question in that way, but it's not an idiotic question at all. The assumption is she wants him to provide for her while she does absolutely nothing. The sheer act of requesting a man to provide for her is a bold request within itself. It's like going on a date and flat out saying, you want a woman to dedicate her life to serving you. That is basically what these women are asking when they say they want a man to provide. But when the question is flipped around onto them, they act like this.
I looked this man straight in the eyes and I said, it's so unfortunate that instead of you taking this time to actually get to know me and my skills, my abilities, my morals, my values, and who I am, for you to assess the kind of woman I am, and for you to figure out how I would show up for you in your life, and how I would add, and how we would blend together and contribute to one another, you sit there and ask me what I'm supposed to give to you. And I think as a man, you should not be asking anything of a woman. You should be more focused on what you can give to her than what you should take from her.
But it's okay for her to focus on what she can take from men instead of what she can give to men.
I go to the bathroom, I ask the server, I say, hey, look, I'm on a really bad first date, and this girl comes to bring me my bill and says, you know what, girl, don't worry about it. I'm taking your drink off the bill because you didn't even drink any alcohol anyways. And that's just embarrassing, and I've been through that. She's a gem, and even offered to hustle me out the back, but I said, don't worry about it. I'm not in any danger, nothing like that. What I definitely don't have time for is anyone who's trying to make even or is out to date someone to try to improve their life in a way from taking. We are not here for that. So yeah, at this point, I came back from the bathroom. Uber already called, walked up to him, said, I hope you find your perfect person. It's pretty clear that that's not me. So as they say, onwards and upwards, on to the next one.
The attitude these women have is a man should always come into the relationship providing something to them, and if he doesn't or asks for the same in return, he's seen as a horrible person. Talk about being a hypocrite. If we turn the tables around, we can see for ourselves how ridiculous this is. For example, when a woman asks what you're looking for, you say you're looking for a traditional woman who can cook, clean, and be a good mother. If she asks, will you be a provider? You say, I don't like where this is going, and you're not the one for me. That's exactly what happened here, and it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
It's just dumb!
This drizzle movement is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. Against my better judgment, I went on Bumble. I connected with a guy. We were having great conversations. We talked a few times. We made a plan to go out and have lunch. The day of, I'm getting ready. He hits me up and he's like, so I'm in the mood for seafood. Do you like seafood? I'm like, yeah, I like seafood. He like, okay, well then we should go to this restaurant. I don't even remember the name of it because we ain't go. But anyways, we should go to this restaurant and I know you paying for the lunch. Drizzle. No, I know I'm hanging up in your fucking face. Clicky. Because you got to be a drizzle fool if you think. You got to be a whole different level of sassy to use the word drizzle. I don't give a damn if it's misting outside. If rain is coming out the sky, you better not even say it's drizzling. Because I'm going to walk away. Drizzle. No, I'm not going. And that's for drizzle, for shizzle, my nizzle. Fucking fool.
Good for him.